PowerPoint presentation, you can listen to it later because it's going to be recorded, and you can take this and listen to it while you're listening to it online being recorded. And the same thing for the people at home. If you want a printed copy of it, you can go to ICIWorld.com, click on webinars, click on seminar, and down at the bottom of the bullet points, you'll see something called handouts. And in the handout, there's a PowerPoint presentation with 4 slides to a page. You could click on that and print it out and then follow along this webinar that we're going along to today. And you'll see that it's international real estate. You have marketing worldwide, and it gets more exciting as we go through this webinar to explain how you can have information worldwide. It's almost free when you think about it, and we're going to show you how it becomes that for you. But for the people at home, if you go to the Play Store or the App Store, and this is for brokers and salespeople worldwide, no matter where you are in the world. And I am also a member of the CIPS, which stands for Certified International Property Specialist. Well, they have nothing better than be able to provide this service for all CIPS members worldwide, and also for CCIMs worldwide and other professional designations that like to deal internationally as well. It brings everything home because everything will be at your fingertips right on your mobile phone, no matter where in the world you are located. Central America, the Caribbean, East and West Coast of the United States, Europe, Asia, the whole world is connected. And we literally have listings all over the world. You got to check out our database number 2 when you have a chance and search for information in your area. The public is actually beating you to the punch. They're already on the internet doing these things. We're trying to connect in real estate people worldwide to plug in and get your information out to them so that they can see it, give you a call, and do a deal. Let's move on. There's about 3.7 billion people on the internet, and everyone's using mobile devices. One of the services, you're going to find that we have about 80 different websites in the marketplace. But we're going to suggest that these are tools. When you go to Canadian Tire or you go to Best Buy, there's tools in all these different places. When you're doing gardening and you have a special clipper for the tulips, and you have a special clipper for something else, or digging the ground, 3 different kinds of ways to dig the ground. These are tools for what I call a broker's information toolbox. This is your toolbox of information of how to network information and to help people. And when you help people, you make money doing it. And so these different websites are also tools. One of the websites is ICIWorld.movie. I actually use that to this day. You will access all the information from each of these tools. They're just different ways of getting it to it. The people today, a lot of people say, well, you can have a nicer, prettier website. Well, we're building those, and you can have a nicer, prettier website, but nothing's faster than making 3 clicks and bringing up the information. You can do it the old way, you can do it the new way. It doesn't matter. It's the information that is the power that is on the internet. For the people that don't know, ICIWorld is a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. We only allow real estate brokers and salespeople like yourselves to join the service. The public cannot join the service. Only real estate brokers and salespeople. However, this service was built for all of us to serve the public. So in one sense, we're like a real estate association in that we only allow real estate brokers to join and the public can see the information. The advantage of the real estate boards and the real estate association is when you take a signed listing, you can hand it into your board, and they put it on the internet where there's 3.7 billion people. Somebody calls you, you get 10 calls, you get 5 offers, you go from there. That's the way it used to be last year. Some places it's slowing down a little bit now, but it's always going to be a buyer's market or seller's market or a balanced market. You're going to shift how you do business a little bit. In the CCIMs, of which I'm a member, we learn how to adjust our method of serving the public and where you're going to spend your time to make money, whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. And so we specialize in exclusive real estate. You'll see networking exclusive real estate, and this is news to a lot of residential brokers. In this room, how many people here do residential? How many people here do commercial? How many people in this room would like to do some more commercial? Basically everyone. You're at a very good spot because we're at the spot where we can show you how to be doing that. The biggest problem, of course, with residential people doing commercial is that you don't have a database to connect into. So if you have a restaurant for sale, what do you do with it? Well, you can try to put it on MLS, but lots of restaurant owners, they don't want it on MLS. Why? It's a question to each of you. It's bad for business. You're right. Because it looks like maybe the restaurant is going out of business, or maybe the employees will get upset because they, oh, you're selling the business. How come you didn't tell us? You know, maybe I better get another job because the new owners might not hire me. Everybody gets worried. People are running, wondering if there's something wrong in the kitchen. And really, maybe the owner's just tired, you know? So those are kinds of exclusive information which we're going to show you today how you can work it confidentially. Advertise the opportunity without the address. So on ICIWorld, you're going to see that we have over 30,000 listings here, and 75% of them are exclusive, not on real estate boards. Interesting, eh? This is a new source of exclusive information, and it's all coming from real estate brokers and salespeople like yourself. But you can also advertise your listings too. So if you have a listing, you absolutely can advertise it on here. And we're specializing doing it on mobile devices and computers, and we reach people locally and in 138 countries, literally in seconds, and we're doing this on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, people coming in here from 138 countries. At the beginning of the webinar today, we showed you some of those testimonials. There's thousands of deals that have been done here by brokers. Now, the typical cost, the reason I'm showing this in the beginning rather than a little bit, tiny bit at the end, is so that you can evaluate the tools that are coming through here. Because if you didn't know how much the tools are, it's going to seem like they're way, way, way too expensive if I didn't tell you in the beginning. What you're really dealing with is a service that is basically $40 a month with no contract. You can start it, you can stop it anytime you want. Or you can take it for $319 for 1 year if you wish, and then it's unlimited ads, and it also includes special links that you can put on your website that trigger leads, absolutely inevitable to trigger leads, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a moment with some Lepage websites that we have for you. So it's unlimited advertising and networking, unlimited content, triggering leads from your website. There's over 50 pages of testimonials if you see them online, and I'll show that in a moment. The mobile websites are free for 1 month. After that, they're $16.50 if you want to keep it. That's how reasonable this is to start for a mobile website. And when you can make tens of thousands of dollars from either a referral or doing business, it's absolutely one of the most essential tools that we recommend that every broker should have, is a mobile website. And one of the marketing plans that you're going to hear about is, I'm going to do it by asking you all a question. When you go to a wedding and there's 100 to 500 people at that wedding, would it be nice if every single person at that wedding had your website on their mobile phone? Would that be nice? That way, when anybody is thinking of buying or selling real estate, they can go to their phone, they can pull up the website, your website. And then what they do is, let me pick one here, just I'll pick on one of these websites here, and I'm showing it on my phone. Now, let me see if I can do it here. Actually, I'm going to pull up this one right here. I'm going to type in fact, for the people at home, you can type in dorisperino.com. D-O-R-I-S. In fact, everyone in the room, let's go to a website. D-O-R-I-S, Perino, P-A-R-R-E-N-O.com. And I'm going to jump out of here. I'm actually going to pull that website up right now. See if I can. Here we go. And there it is. You'll see it up there. dorisperino.com. This is a sample of a Royal Lepage website. Okay, and you'll see it down here at the bottom, Royal Lepage. And you'll see lots of properties throughout the whole area. In fact, this website has the most comprehensive listing of properties in the marketplace. This website is approximately $34.95 per month. This is a little different from the other ones for $16.50. One of the advantages of this website is you'll see that you can find property, find commercial, you can search properties here. I'm going to click on search. One of the benefits of these websites that we're supplying here is people can click on this button here where it says show your location. Your customer can be driving around on Sunday. They can be outside of a home. They can bring up your website and they can click on this button, show your location. This is the location where we are today at your office, right there. Isn't that neat? And then the people will have all these homes for sale on your website in their car while they're sitting in front of the property. And they might want to click on one of these and up comes the property. They can click on this. They can be sitting out front on this home and look at that. All of a sudden, they can see inside the house. And if it's in their price range, your name and number will be over here. They can give you a call and say, listen, can you set up an appointment for us to go see this home? Isn't that fantastic?
That's not who listed that property.
I'm sorry?
That property may be listed by somebody else?
It's listed by somebody else. Now, according to a lot of the rules and regulations, if I go down to the bottom of this page, oopsie daisy. Oops, let me click on that one and let me click on one of these again. Hang on one second. These are all for rent. Let me get something for sale here. There should be the name of the other company is at the bottom of the listing.
Right, yes.
Did I go by it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Brokered by Century 21. That's the way MLS works. Their name is going to be there. And the address is going to be there as well. Now, I've served on MLS committees, and it's important that we all have MLS because that's the backbone of our industry. It's the best way to sell homes if you can get a signed listing. And I'm going to cover the situation where you cannot get a signed listing in a moment. But you know, when people see that address, is it possible that people might drive by that property first before calling you? I'm talking about new people, not your regular customers. Your regular customers might give you 4 MLS numbers. I like to see them this weekend. But for the people that don't know you, is it possible they might want to drive by that property first? And if they drive by that property first and they see the for sale sign in front of the property, is it possible they call that other broker?
Yeah.
And if they call that other broker and they do a deal, does that other broker call you back and say thank you? No. I've got something else that we suggest that you add to your website. This is still valuable to have, but watch this. I'm about to show you a tool right off the bat. Now let me see if I can go back up here to the top here. What do I do? Close that maybe. Go to the menu, and I'm going to go to the home page. And on this home page, every realtor should have a website, and every realtor has MLS. Pretty well. If you don't have it, you should have it. Everyone agree? Okay. But not every broker has this, exclusives. And that's one of the things you're here to see today. The exclusive listings from ICIWorld. From all the member brokers, 500 of them, they are agreeing to allow their listings to be on your website. Interesting. These are links that you can install no matter which website company you have. This is an easy link to install. When you join, you make an appointment with us. If you do join today, you make an appointment with us. You should not leave this meeting without making an appointment with us. And then in the appointment, we will send you an email with the instructions that you can forward to your website designer, whoever that is. Who's your website company? Can anybody tell me one?
Agent locator?
Agent Locator. We have hundreds with them. Pardon me?
I don't know.
You don't have one? Agent Locator? Same thing? Income? This is an income website. As a matter of fact, we're like official installers of these widgets from ICIWorld on the income website. We would actually install them for you. In fact, I'm the one that would actually install them for you. We operate like a doctor's office. Every hour on the hour, starting at 6 a.m. in the morning, you make an appointment, you sit in front of your computer at home or at the office here, and you log into our GoToMeeting website, and you can see my computer, I can see your computer, I show you how to do things, we send you the links, we install the links, and we get going. The great news is it's a one-time setup only, because now once you have it set up, you can promote your website that not only do you have MLS listings, but you also have exclusive listings that other brokers don't have. And let's show you what they look like. The first one is called My Haves and Wants. If I was to click on that, these are some of the haves and wants of Doris. These are her listings. She's got Markham, 120 built out, furnished, serviced high-end. She's got a little office spaces for sale over there. This one here is zoned automotive. There's a detached home in Milton. Somebody can click on that, and there's Doris's information. And what does that say for control? It's exclusive. This is not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. The good news is you can do both. If you can get a signed listing, by all means, put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board. But has anybody in this room ever had somebody say, I'd like to sell my home, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission if you bring me a buyer? How many people have had that said to them? Basically everyone in the room? Okay. I'm going to show you how to handle that situation very shortly. This is an example of that situation right here. Do you see an address? No. And the reason you don't see an address.
At the bottom. You scroll down. Oh, that's the brokerage address.
That's the brokerage address. Good show. You're pretty sharp there finding that. That's the brokerage address. The reason you do not find an address, because we teach everyone who joins the service not to place the address. If you do not have a signed listing, you should never place the address, because according to RICO, you must have the consent of the owner in writing if you're going to give an address to someone. But if you don't give them the address, if you do not identify the property, you can do just what Doris has done here. You can say, I know about a home in Milton for 1.2 million. Here it is. Give me a call. Now, if you call her and ask her for the address, she's not going to give you the address. She's going to say that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, you come to my office on Saturday at 12 noon, and I will make arrangements for you to see it. And then on Friday, she is going to go talk to the owner. And she's going to say, I need a 48-hour exclusive listing to cover my showing. I have someone to show your property to. This is actually already verbally agreed to by the owner. Interesting, eh? The beauty of this is now on the internet. So the same way you can have an MLS listing and put an MLS listing on the internet, this listing is now on the internet. Interesting, eh? Each one can trigger a lead for you. In this room, is there anyone in this room that has more than 5 listings on a real estate board? 4, 3, 2, we've got a couple of 2, 1, and then the other ones are 0. So a lot of our time is spent trying to get listings. Is that correct? That's because we're all basically out of business all the time. As soon as you sell a home, you're out of business. You got to get back in business. I know everyone's working with buyers. We know that. But we're talking about listings. Being able to put something out there in the marketplace on the internet that can trigger leads for you. And that's what one of the main important features of today's session is how to work that exclusive information. And when we get to the 3 special questions, I'm going to have you all, if you want, you take a picture with your camera of these 3 special questions that can help you make a lot of extra money this year. Okay, so when you have the links from ICIWorld, that's her listings. But in addition to that, you can have more listings. And I'm going to click on exclusives and show you how she has the world residential listings 50% exclusive. In the case of commercial real estate, about 75% of the listings here are commercial, are exclusive, not on real estate boards. This is unique information in the marketplace. Most all other services in the industry, when you think about it, different from MLS, they're repackaging MLS and then delivering it in a different way. Zillow does that. All these other services repackage the internet, repackage the MLS is what they're doing. You are the ones that supply the information to that MLS. These other companies take it, repackage, and sell it back to you to use. But really, MLS is doing the job in the first place when you think about it. MLS is wonderful. People can go to realtor.ca and they can go on their phones and they can search. In fact, the realtor.ca site, you know the way you can be in front of a home and search? The websites we supply can do that as well. They also supply solds now and other features such as VIP condos throughout the whole Greater Toronto area. But this particular widget is coming from ICIWorld. And if I was to do a study and say I want to search Canada, Ontario, and maybe Greater Toronto area, I could choose Scarborough. Are we in Scarborough? I could choose Scarborough, and I'll do that. And I'll do a search, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort them by price and just do a little bit of a search and see what comes up. And there's some listings coming up. And you're going to see this one, coming for sale, coming for sale. Isn't that wonderful? The opportunities to be able to advertise information that's not on real estate boards. So what happens, somebody comes to your website like this, they click on that, they see one of these listings, and then they try to click on that number and they can't do it. So I have a question for you. If this is your website and they cannot click on the message number, who do they have to call? If this is your website, who do they have to call? Isn't that wonderful? This triggers leads for you. The one reason to be here today, get this looking for you. Marketing is a lot like fishing. If you don't put your lines in the water, you have no chance to put food on the table. This is like putting your lines on the water. This goes on your website to trigger leads for you. Interesting.
It goes into our website.
Your website. Pretend that this website from Doris. This is Doris Perino's website. We installed that button exclusive on her website. We install it for you. It takes 1 hour to do that job. Finished, bingo, and the listings update themselves automatically in real time. 50 to 100 new listings a day. You don't have to do a thing except one thing. Does anybody know what that is? Promote your website. Promote your website. And I'm not going to go into it now, how to do that, because that's a subject of another session. I could spend 3 hours here, how to promote your website. But we made a video for members. You can listen to it, how to promote your website. Because this is all new stuff. You're busy out there trying to make a deal. How can you spend all the time learning how to do that? For the last 25 years, We've been learning how to do that, and we've got it all nicely packaged right now to do this stuff, to help you step by step to get you going. So yeah, pretend this is your website. Now, let's talk about, that's residential. How about commercial? What happens if somebody clicks on Ontario Commercial? Is it possible that somebody can click on Ontario Commercial on your website? Is that possible? Oh yeah, very much so. Does any of you maybe ever might get a person who wants to invest in apartment buildings? Watch what happens when I click on apartment buildings. Up comes 232 apartment buildings from $90 million on down. You tell me, isn't that fantastic? Would you all like to have that on your website? Yes or no? There you go.
Sorry, one question.
Yes, sir.
Might these be listed on MLS as well, or?
Okay, in the case of commercial real estate,
Yeah.
75% of the listings here are not on real estate boards. On these ones here for apartments, close to 90% are not on real estate boards. The same thing is true with shopping centers. Is there anybody in this room been in the business longer than 5 years? Okay, one here. If I'm going to ask you, and everyone in the room, you can agree, disagree, or say I don't know to this question I'm going to ask. 90% of the shopping centers in Ontario are not on real estate boards. How many people would agree? How many people would disagree? How many people don't know? Well, the rest that didn't put up their hand don't know. Well, the people that know, that deal in it, they'll tell you they're not on real estate boards. 90% of apartment buildings, not on real estate boards. Land, all kinds of businesses. There's a lot of things not on real estate boards. On ICIWorld, if you put a shopping center on here, we had one person put the same shopping center on the Toronto Real Estate Board and on ICIWorld for $4 million. He got 4 calls from the Toronto Real Estate Board. He got over 30 calls on ICIWorld and sold it. But you need both. It's good to have both, and you all have the capability to have both. So somebody sees this one here coming, let's say, I don't know, coming for sale, this one here. It's a rooming house for $2 million. They're going to try to click on that number on your website. And if they can't click on the number, who do they have to call? They call you. So you're going to get a call. Somebody's going to say, I'm on your website. I'm interested in message number 374760. Can you help me? And you should say, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. And then you get a hold of the broker who's got that listing and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? Isn't that wonderful? That's a 5-minute phone call. It's averaging $3,000 to $10,000. If you have this on your website, you have a chance to trigger those leads. If you don't have this on the website, you have 0 chance to trigger the leads. Question.
So when I do a referral,
Yes?
I'm taking this and passing it on.
Yes.
How do I know that that is the person who really bought it or?
Okay. First of all, Royal Lepage is doing some of the most referrals in the industry, along with other companies that are out there. So you're going to use your regular referral agreement forms, the same way you do a regular referral. Referring broker, receiving broker, the details of the property, get them to agree to it, sign to it, triplicate, you get a copy, everybody gets a copy. How does your office follow up on that? Maybe you're going to open up a file folder in your briefcase and put all your referrals in there, and once a month give them a call and find out just wondering how you're making out. You're right. You can forget about it. I had one story I went into, it happened to be in a Keller Williams office. He said, Gary, I came in one time, there was a check on the counter made out to me. I said, it's got to be a mistake. You made it out to the wrong person. It was for $3,000. They said, oh no, it's no mistake. About 3 months ago, you did a referral to somebody in Windsor. Oh, he says, oh yeah. Somebody came in the office and says, do you know any buildings in Windsor? He went to ICIWorld, found some buildings in Windsor, got the broker, got his name, and ended up doing a referral. He forgot all about it. It's wonderful. We have another broker, Ted Davis, Peterborough. He's done 15 referrals. $45,000 he's made from doing referrals. If you figure each referral is 5 minutes each, that's 75 minutes of his time. And he's made $45,000. Isn't that wonderful? That's wonderful. These things were never possible before. Now with the advent of the internet, that's what I've been looking for on behalf of the industry, to find these tools that can help brokers worldwide, not just here. Why? Because we're all connected. And I can go through lots of these other examples, but that's commercial real estate. You can search by city. You can search by keyword, hotels, motels, restaurants, gas stations. And this is part of learning how to promote your website. If you're talking to a restaurant owner, why not tell them that you have 125 buyers and sellers of restaurants on your website? Why not tell them that? And then you give them your business card, and if you're ever thinking of selling, or if I could get you the price you wanted for your restaurant, would you consider selling? Introduce yourself to the restaurant owners when you go there. Same thing with motels, any kind of business. I'm in real estate, like to introduce myself. If you're ever thinking of buying or selling, hopefully you'll think of me. If I could get you the price you wanted for your property, would you consider selling? It's just a question. How much does it cost to ask that question? Zero, right? And if they say yes, then I'm going to show you what to do. As soon as they say yes, I'm going to show you what to do. What else is on here? Well, just to show you the reach that you will have, you're going to have a list of wants over here as well. So if you're trying to get a listing on something, if people see your website and they click on apartment buildings, there's 206 buyers of apartment buildings here right now. That shows people how well connected you are into the marketplace of buyers. You tell me if that isn't exciting. I'm telling you now, it doesn't matter about the market. The market can be busy, it can be slower. Whatever it is, you're going to be going to the top of the market. You're going to be able to do the deals where some other people are not able to do the deals because they're not plugged into this stuff. These are immediate showings. If you had a building, you could call up these people and go show it literally within 24 to 48 hours.
So these are buyers directly looking their.
This particular database, number one, you have to be a member of ICIWorld. And how much does that cost, the regular price? $40 per month or $319 per year. So once you're a member, you can post the haves and the wants here. So each of these brokers has a buyer looking for this kind of stuff.
Oh, so these are agents.
These are all agents in database number one. I'm going to be showing you database number two in a moment. But this is going to show your customers. When you go on a listing presentation, wouldn't it be nice to show the owner of properties how many buyers you're connected with this network? That's the power of real estate people with each other, dealing with each other. That's actually how MLS got started. MLS got started where brokers were saying, listen, if you let me sell your listing, I'll let you sell my listing. That's how we got together. That's exactly what we're doing here. And we're doing it with information. Very exciting. So in promoting your website, you learn how to do that. Now, World Commercial is another one covering the whole world. Business opportunities, FSBOs, and I'm going to show you FSBOs around the world. Does anybody want to give me another continent to search?
Asia, Sri Lanka.
Okay, It's so sad what's happening there. I'm gonna go ahead and search Asia, and you'll see properties coming in from all over Asia. Isn't that interesting? Interesting, eh? These have been posted by the public. This is database number 2. I can go down and see more. That's all in Asia.
Sri Lanka, Colombo. Oh, man.
Okay. So you can see that it's worldwide. And you're going to have these listings on your website as well. That's part of it. You get to have those as well. So that gives you an idea of the exclusives. How do you like that? Does everyone like that? It's taken 25 years to build it, to get it down to a science where we can install it within the hour and it's working for you. Okay, let's move out of here. The session today sometimes is a little different from the PowerPoint presentation. In other words, sometimes I don't stick exactly with the plan, but I do cover everything that's in here.
$40 doesn't include the website.
$40 does not include the website, is correct. As a matter of fact, just to make sure that everyone understands, can you please pull out the application file? Do we have a copy of the application? Can I have one? Everyone, please. Okay, thank you. This is called the application, just so that you understand. And there's some bullets on the right-hand side. And what does the third bullet say? On the right-hand side. The third bullet on the right-hand side. Websites are, by the way, we're not gonna need some water.
Where's the third bullet?
Pardon me?
Where's the third bullet? Already websites.
Can everyone see that?
For 1 month.
You can see that okay? The third bullet on the right. Websites are. So the hosting of the websites can be as little as $199 per year, which works out to $16.50 a month. Or you can take it for just $19 a month in 1 month. It's free for a month. Then after that, it's $19 per month, no contract, if you want one of these websites. The one that Doris had, hers is $34.95 per month. It's a little more advanced website. So we have the entry level to get started. Sometimes some people take that and they say, well, as soon as I start making $25,000 or $50,000, then maybe I'll move up to the other one. And some people just take the other one right after that.
The website is only required if you don't have a website.
If you don't have a website.
If you already have a website, that you
Right.
just go with the.
That's right. Yeah, you get all the widgets for your website. If you already have a website, you don't have to take one of these websites. And then after a while, you can compare websites. In my opinion, as a broker, it's the listings that trigger the leads. Now, I have a question for you. When these cosmetic people are selling things in Toronto, like Chanel and all these different perfumes, when they put a website up in Toronto, do they have one website or 5 websites?
5 websites.
5 websites, you're right. You could have 5 websites. They have 5 billboards. Websites are like billboards. You can have more than one website. And if they're $16.50 and they're making you $3,000 every lead and the other one's making you money, why not have them? If they're not making you money, I say as a broker, there's something wrong. You've got to fix it. Why are you not getting calls? And I don't care if Google says I get 10,000 hits. But if nobody called me and I don't get a lead, I don't care if I got 1 million hits. I'm not making any money.
Yeah.
I want to evaluate it. Am I getting a call and am I able to go show a property to Because if I don't show a property today, I'm not making any money today. You don't make money until you show property, right or wrong. You gotta show something. So you can have more than one website, oh yeah. Now, when you learn how, the websites work automatically on the internet. You just have to log into them once a month. You should check your website once a month, make sure everything's working. And you should be promoting your website. And you promote your website, and it starts with how you hand out your business card. Everybody you meet, you should let them know. I've got color photos of homes on my website. I've got commercial listings, apartment buildings, hotels, motels, restaurants, gas stations. I've got condos. I've got properties coming for sale. I've got exclusive listings on my website. I've got assignments. I've got that, all those VIP, there's all kinds of things that you've got on your website, and it's free for them to go to your website to see it. So yeah, it's that's how that's being done. So
What's the difference between the $34 website and the $16?
and I will go into that in more detail if and when you join the service, because you don't have to decide that tonight. And there's lots of nice little details that are nice to know about it. And maybe we'll even talk to, where's your broker of record? We have some special arrangements for you and all of the company, which maybe I can talk to you afterwards and see if you think that it's worthy. Then I can talk about it for all of them as well. It makes it very attractive. Okay?
Yep.
And I'm glad. Sorry, I didn't recognize you when I first come in.
It's okay.
You're just one of the group of them. I can see.
He's a single broker. Not so often.
Okay, so, very good. Okay, so let's move on. Thank you, Sabrina, for that too, for the water. Really appreciate it. Oh, got something else. This. There it is. Can you see that? This is a corporate card. Okay. When you join, we got this introduced last year at Realtor Quest. By the way, we have one of the busiest booths at Realtor Quest. Has anybody here been to Realtor Quest? 1, 2, that's it? 3. No, not here? I recommend you definitely go. Do you recommend that they go?
Yeah.
There you go, you see? Nowhere can you see so many products and services in one day as you can go to Realtor Quest. When you get up in the morning, you have a healthy smoothie. You put on your good walking shoes and maybe even take a shopping bag or something, because there's 200 booths and you're going to be talking to everyone. It's going to take you all day, and you're going to be talked out, and you're going to be meeting people, and it's like being at Costco on a busy day. Everybody bumping into each other, but it's nice, it's fun. And we have a booth at that show. Very busy booth. Last year, we introduced this. What is this? This is a VIP corporate card. Anyone that joins today gets one of these. There's over 250 vendors with discounts. I'm talking rent-a-cars, hotels, Canada's Wonderland, the CNE, all kinds of discounts for various things. One broker told me he saved $200 buying a Lenovo laptop computer. Another broker saved $220 on a rent-a-car, and I just saved $150. Today I booked a budget rent-a-car because I'm going to the National Association of Real Estate mid-year convention in Washington. I don't know if you know about that. In Washington, D.C., the biggest collection of real estate people. And I'm talking to them about providing this service for you. That's what I'm going here for. Interesting, eh? Yeah. So, and I just saved $150 renting a car. I booked it already. Today, budget. It was a special discount. So, if you use this card that you get, and you use it for discounts throughout the year, then the $319 just got paid for with the savings from this. I got other good news too. If you look down at the bottom, there's a special down there. What's it say?
It's 240 plus HST.
240. In other words, at this seminar today, if you join with a credit card, you actually get it for 240. That's the special at the seminar. Any questions on that? And you get this corporate card. This is why I say this actually makes your membership free. Hundreds of dollars in savings. You actually could save $400 or $500 using this thing, depending on what it is that you buy, and all the rest of your family. When they're buying things, you can use it for everybody. Okay? Any questions on this?
So this will get you this car as well.
That is correct. Get you the links for the website, get you the card. I've often said our service is like the automobile club. You pay a fee and then you get all these other benefits. Okay, and then when we get new services, we put them into it. See, we are a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. I'm the manager of the society. And we just try to get good things happening for all the members, you know, and get you started. Okay, let's move on.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Doris introduced us to one of these apps. I'm trying to find Boss Agent.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that. She's told me a little bit about it.
Oh, you have nothing to do with that?
I have nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's move on. So this is why I say that ICIWorld is basically free, because of the VIP corporate card. If you use it, you can save more than the price of the membership on ICIWorld. Now, we also have a referral program where if you refer someone else to join ICIWorld, your renewal fee next year for $319 is reduced to $240. We have all our members, the renewal fee is $319 per year, okay? But if you refer one person to join, your renewal fee becomes $240. And the new person who joins, they can join for $240 for 1 year, as long as they mention your name. So if they mention your name, they can get joined for 1 year for $240. The day that they join, we send you an email to let you know somebody joined using your name. We've now reduced it to $240, your renewal, when your renewal comes up. Yes, sir.
How many members do you have?
About 500. Yes. And also you do, now the referrals off your website, you do as many of those as you want. That's got nothing to do, you just do your own deals when you do real estate, and you do your own referrals as well. And let me show you one thing. I don't know if you can see this. Can everyone bring up the app right now? Just open the app. As a matter of fact, we'll just do the app right now. I'm going to see if I can, oh no, I can't switch over that fast. I think I'll just do the app this way. Just open the app if you can, and you should see this. This should be on your screen, is that correct? Okay. Down at the bottom, you're going to see commercial, business, residential, FISBOs, and the word more. Do you mind clicking on the word more? And do you see where it says login, add has and wants, the third button? Click on that once. And if you do join today, you're going to make your appointment right there. If you do join. Okay? Don't leave without making an appointment for the people who wish to join today. Make an appointment. Now hit the back button. Go back to the choices. And underneath login, what does it say? Underneath login. Testimonials. Click on testimonials, and can everyone start to look at the testimonials? Start to go down the page. There's a gentleman there. He's a Roy Lepage member. The very first one, the picture that came up, Ron Chahal, broker at Royal Lepage Signature. And then if you go down the page, you'll see all the deals that are being done from exclusive. By the way, Irene called me the other day. Irene D. Lorraine. She had a check for $137,000 in her hands of selling a retirement home. And I said, Irene, dear, oh, she was so happy. She was just really happy, and I'm happy for her. But you'll read about all the other deals that are going on here. And there's a story behind them all, each and every one of them. So you can see there's wonderful opportunities to do deals. Let's move on here. Now, I want to show you that when you have, is there anybody here? Oh, by the way, maybe you want to do one search on here as well? Go back to the main page and let's click on residential and see if you can choose Canada, Ontario, and Greater Toronto. See if you can choose that and do a search and tell me how many listings come up at the top. I know you can do it, Sophia, but I want to figure from that. You got your mobile phone handy?
No, I just read.
Oh, okay. And how many listings come up? I want to know how many residential listings come up for the Greater Toronto area only. You got your phone?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't bring it? Okay.
You have the app. I can't read that.
Okay. Well, if you've got your phone, bring it out and install the app right now. You can do it. Okay, you got it. How many?
This one.
Okay, you got it.
Good for a year ago.
Okay, so choose Canada, Ontario, and Greater Toronto. And then search. Okay, so 221. Now, if you click on the very first one, somebody wants something downtown. What's the date on the listing? Click on the first one and tell me the date on the listing. Okay, you see how many that's in?
No, it's today.
221 is correct. Good show. Good show. You got it? And what's the date on the listing?
Today.
Today. There's listings coming in every day. These are new opportunities for you. It's going to give you ideas on how to do deals as well. Okay? Hit the back button once. I go all the way back. I'm going to click on residential one more time. This time, go to the search and the sort. The sort and sort on price. Now, for the people at home, let's see if I can do that fairly quickly here. Let's do a sort. It's the same as if you do it on our main website, ICIWorld.com. You click on residential. Yeah, do you want to see that one? Watch this. I'm going to sort, and you'll see Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto on the screen. I'm going to go down a little bit here, and I'm going to sort them by price. There we go. And when I sort, you get the same 221 coming up. And I'm going to click on the first one, $21 million. And I'm going to click here on their YouTube video that they happen to have. And you can see how quickly you can be demonstrating the home with pictures, with videos, color photos, slides. Absolutely beautiful here in a moment. And you'll see how Corin has made a really special presentation for this particular property. Doesn't that look lovely? Now, I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Waiting for the sound to come up.
Corin's listing?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see if I can make that full screen. There it is. Now, why isn't it the sound coming on here? I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
The sound should be coming on. I don't know why it's not. It started there a minute ago.
I know the guy.
Yeah.
I worked with him at Royal Bank.
Oh, yeah, wow.
You want to see the inside too?
No, it's all right, but we got the message.
You got the message?
Yeah.
Well,
Is this
do you
listed
mind
as-
if I show you the inside?
Sorry, is this listed as KTV or on MLS?
This is, I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. Hmm?
Usually a property like that would be. Usually.
But, and I don't know what's wrong with my sound. Oh, wait a minute. It should be. I don't know why that's not playing. Oh, well, anyways, you get the idea. How, you know, the internet can really present properties in a wonderful fashion, which he's managed to do. Okay, let's move on. And that all starts right from ICIWorld by sorting by price. And most people will go right down to their price range. And if they're looking, you know, around Humber College, there's a property, $769,000, walking distance to Humber College. And it's a very fast, quick way that you can search homes by price and by area. And that's how that's done. And you'll see this one, coming for sale, Brampton. You know, if people click on that, you'll see the properties coming up here. And you'll see under control how we like to use the term regular client. If this is a client that you know personally, that you're talking to them, right here it would say MLS if it was MLS, but you see this is a regular client. So you're able to, when you have this, you have the best of both worlds. You have the best of MLS because you've already got it, and then you're going to have the best of networking information. You'll have both. Let's move along. Okay, how to add a listing? Well, I'm just going to show you that quick because it doesn't take very long to do, and to show you how easy it can work. From the main home page, from ICIWorld.com, and there's other ways to do it. These are all tools. You would just simply go to this login screen here. So there's really only two things you do. You search from time to time, and you add your information from time to time. And I'm going to click on Member Login. And when you click on Member Login, these are the choices on the left-hand side. You would simply click on this Add, Have, Want, and a form comes up. Is there anyone in this room that has a property that might be coming for sale in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 months? Anyone at all? And can I start with you? I'll come to you in a moment. Can you give me an idea of what you might have?
It's a semi-detached, 3-bedroom.
Okay. So let's show you how it would go in. We're not going to put it in, but I'm going to show you how it's done. You would type in coming for sale because that's a hot button. What city?
Toronto,
In Scarborough?
C15,
I know, but where's that roughly?
Victoria Park and.
So that's Scarborough. Is that Scarborough?
No, North York.
Toronto, North York. Now, if you were just saying North York, that's probably not enough. Keep in mind when you're on this service, you're speaking to a global audience. They've heard of Toronto, but maybe not North York. I think it's good to put both in. Okay, it's a semi-detached?
Yeah.
Semi-detached. Do you know approximately how much it is?
It's going to be about 775,000.
Approximately 775K. Now, the reason we use the term approximately, because you do not have a listing right today. And the price is going to maybe change when you get the listing. It might go up, or it might go down, or it might stay the same. That's why we say approximately. Now, does it have a single car garage?
Yeah.
So I'll say garage. And does it have granite counters?
No.
No, what's special about this home? Finished rec room, maybe? No?
Walkout basement.
Walkout basement. Could it be a separate living quarters?
No.
No, okay. Anyways, you get the idea how you can be putting in information about that home. Then you just choose Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto, and in this case, I would choose North York, but I would also choose Toronto. I would choose both. Okay? By holding the control button down and clicking with your left mouse button. And then when you come down, you'll see the various different categories there. It's under residential estates. Okay? Under the date, you repeat it again. It's a home. North York, you can say it here. and then 775, comma 123, and then under comments, price comment, I would say it's coming for sale, price approximate. And usually what we do is we copy this subject line here, come down here, and paste it in the comments. Up here, there's a limit of 160 characters. You'll see here it says maximum 160. You're only up to 86, so you can say more in the subject line if you wanted to. And you should keep these 4 ingredients in your subject line all the time. When you get a call, it's actually pretty well qualified when you get a buyer calling you. They know the area, they know the price, they've just qualified themselves. And they know the type of property. It's usually a pretty good call when you get one. And then after you put it in here, you can expand on it here if you want to, but on our service, less sometimes is better than more. You're here to trigger a lead. You're here to trigger a call, not to sell it. ICIWorld doesn't sell the property, you do. You just want to trigger the call. Internet links is important, we think. This is a link to the City of Toronto. We suggest you add that link in there. It helps to sell the City of Toronto to the world. If you get a property in Durham, in Oshawa, Whitby, Ajax, some of the small communities, you should link to the local economic development office that helps to sell the location of that property to the world. So people from Asia, Europe, all over the world, they can see something about that community, why it's so wonderful to live in. When you come down to the bottom, and then if you have this listing on your website, if it happens to be MLS, we can link to the listing from your website. And you can put that in here as well. So people can click on it and go right to your website. Our service drives traffic to your website, to your listings. And then when you come down to the bottom of the page, you'll see there's an item called control. And this is where I would like to spend a few minutes with you. You'll see that as of today, you are now aware and you know that you are no longer restricted to making money with just MLS. You can make money with all these other kinds of things here. If one of your clients says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing right now, you can put it on here. There's a special way. No abouts. Maybe you want to use the term exclusive. Open listing sometimes. If you're driving around the street and you see a for sale by owner sign, I would never go buy another for sale by owner sign without marking that phone number down. And I'm going to show you what to ask that person in a moment. Anybody here go to Kijiji? How many people go to Kijiji? Get excited, you're about to do some business. I'm going to show you how to get those for sale by owners onto this service. There's a special way. Those are all sources of doing business, and you're no longer restricted to just MLS after today, if and when you join. The last question on the screen is very exciting. It says, will you allow your listings to be advertised on other brokers' websites? If another broker brings you a buyer, would you work with them? Then you should answer yes. What's nice about this is when you answer yes, and then if I was to click on submit information right now, your information would actually appear instantly on 1,500 other brokers' websites, just like that. It's that fast. If that broker, and we've had it happen, where a broker in Sault Ste. Marie, a property appeared there in London, and he ended up doing a referral to London. So properties are going to be in Ontario are going to be on your site because you're all licensed in the province of Ontario. So you're going to have properties in the province of Ontario that are searchable. Any one of those can trigger a lead and you do a referral. Once you click on submit information, this is what the listings look like. On the left-hand side, it says latest world residential. I'm going to click on that. This is what the listings look like. Some of these are coming in from Muskoka. You can see that from Bob Cajun. Go down the page and you'll see they're just from all over the place. Mississauga. This is what the listings look like. And then if somebody was to click on one of these, any one of them, I guess I could click on that one there. Up comes the information. And then if you click on all about Muskoka, let's see if she did her link right. And it looks like she did. This helps to sell Muskoka to the world. So if somebody is seeing this from another community and they know nothing about Muskoka, they can click on Muskoka and up comes all this information on Muskoka. Isn't that nice? And people can click on more information on this as well. Member search, news and events, Muskoka Lakes, about Muskoka Lakes, doing business here. What's this one here? About Muskoka Lakes. Isn't that lovely? Pictures really kind of help. It's really nice to have. So that's how adding a listing. And then if you clicked on my listings on the left, you can see all your listings. We recommend every one of you have a minimum of 15 opportunities on here, 15. And that's because you can work information, not just listings. That's how to add. We recommend you modify your listings every 30 to 60 days. Never let them go longer than 90 days old because all the listings that you were looking at were less than 90 days old. They're all fresh. Okay, let's move on. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Assistance and training is conducted over the internet. And what you do is you simply go to our main website and you're going to see a button up here that says make an appointment. You click on that. And when you click on make an appointment, up comes this choice for 60 minutes. You click on that. And then you'll notice you have all the days of the month here. And if I was to go into Monday next week, you'll see all the times are available. You just click on, and we do start at 6 a.m. in the morning. Any early birds here, by the way? 6, 7, or 8 a.m. in the morning? Anyone? I've got one. So you can book 6, 7, or 8 a.m. in the morning.
Is it live or is it?
This is live.
It's live, Gary.
It's live with me. I know.
Gary takes the time with each member to actually have real conversations about your business, about how things are going with using the site. If you have any technical, you have your orientation meeting, and if you have any technical questions, looking at what you're doing, it's really remarkable what he's offering, just from the meetings themselves, in addition to the actual site.
And we also have a special pledge, 90 days. You measure every 90 days. Are you either doing a deal or triggering leads? If you're not doing a deal or triggering leads, you need to call me because I'm here to help you all just the way your broker of record is here to help you do deals. And so we help everyone in the office. So in that sense, we're like this with all brokers of record, helping them help the sales staff. But that's how you get your assistance and training one-on-one over the internet. And then we supply you with an orientation program, which is a step-by-step program. Does everyone get a copy of that orientation?
Yeah,
It's a complete checklist of everything.
ICIWorld.
Oh, yeah. This is a complete checklist, step-by-step. It's like a pilot's checklist for a broker to make sure you take advantage of everything here. And we'll be going over that too with you again. And then when you have questions, you just ask them when we explain them to you. We find everyone really appreciates all of that. It's a one-time setup only. We also have a YouTube channel, and I'm going to click on the YouTube channel for ICIWorld. You can go to ICIWorld.tv, and we have educational YouTube videos, and you're going to see other Royal Lepage videos here that we have recorded from doing seminars in their office as well. And here's a couple that we just recorded today. I'm going to click on this one here and have a look at this, Sabrina. I don't know if you've seen this yet. Oh, my sound's not working. Oh, isn't that a shame? Why is my sound not working? Don't know why. Oh, maybe. 1 second here. Let me go to the sound. Where's the audio? Thank you. And there's the sound. The speakers, for some reason, the speaker's just not working. I don't know why. I don't know why. And you know something? I wonder if this thing's even being recorded properly because it's not coming through. I don't know. But something happened. And there's no way to see where else. The volume is down. There it is there. I just turned it up here. No, I got the speaker. It should be coming through this thing. You know? It should be. It's always worked before.
We heard something. Can you play, Tom?
Oh, wait a minute.
Thank you for your help.
Where's that playing?
It's in our.
Oh. Can you make it louder? Can she make it louder? Oh, so it's connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you increase the volume?
Oh, we're connected with you. Can you turn it up louder?
Yeah. She's a super
Right,
techie.
here's an example. This just happens to be a Samsung phone, but it works for Apple iPhones.
Oh,
Androids.
that's why I couldn't get it, because it's the HDMI is playing it through there.
And you go up to the very top and you type in www.
Hang on, let's go back to the beginning. That's what I wanted, a little bit of music. La, 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 la. Okay. Anyways, there's that, and then we even have one down here at the end. I think it's got a little
We
music.
show you that next.
Let's hear you at Realtor Quest.
Yeah.
Go back to the Realtor Quest first.
Oh,
They're
I think it was there at the beginning.
unique to ICIWorld. And you can see them all on your phone with ICIWorld.mobi, and you can.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Link on your home screen, and we're going to.
okay, very good. Anyways, you can see it's called ICIWorld.tv. That's our YouTube channel. Okay, and you can listen to other videos here, and you'll see other videos. There's going to be some here by Royal Lepage. There's at the Brampton Real Estate Board. We've got them in Mississauga Real Estate Board. So we're doing seminars throughout the industry, and I want to thank you for inviting us in here today, Sugdan, to show everything. Okay, let's move on to the part of the seminar that is very important to help you make money. We know there's 3.7 billion people on the internet. By the way, we don't have enough time to cover all the apps, but the list of apps is in your PowerPoint. I could actually spend 3 hours going through this one screen here. Evernote, the value of that, the KeePass to keep track of your all your passwords. Dropbox. I have a question for everybody in the audience. If your computer died today, how many people in here are in trouble? Okay, I'm letting you know you should use Dropbox. Why? If my computer right here was to crash on the floor, I could ask a favor, can you log into my Dropbox? And all my files that are on this computer, they're on Dropbox. Interesting, eh? And I could just continue on. I can continue on the presentation here today from your computer. So Dropbox is very important to back up all your files and keep everything there. When you're in the little one-on-one seminars with me, I'll explain more about any questions you have about any of these little services that you see on the screen. Not enough time today to go through it. It needs 3 to 4 hours, even 6 hours, a full day session to go through a lot of these things. But I want to list them there for the people that wish to follow up and study them. Then you can follow up and say, you can call me up, say, Gary, why do you use this? Why do you use that? How does it help? Realtor.ca. Everybody in here got Realtor.ca? Okay, good. If you don't, you should have it. Okay. And there's some other programs for real estate people, and for commercial people, there's some more programs. For the commercial people, by the way, there's a list of some of our wonderful people. Every one of these people has a big heart to help everyone in the industry. Sabrina is listed there, so that you see. And Sabrina, do you want to say a few words now, to everyone and address everyone?
Okay, good evening. Thank you so much for having us, and it's a pleasure to meet you all. And it's always nice to hear Gary talk, because for a couple of years now, maybe we're going on 2, I think, that we've met, and I've been a member of ICIWorld, and I just find he's a pillar of the industry. He's been in the industry, like my dad has been in the industry for a long time, so he too has been in the industry for a long time, with an excellent reputation of integrity and innovation. He founded ICIWorld and created this system of working exclusive listings, which I find really empowering, because sometimes I don't have listings, right? And it's like having a shoe store with no shoes. It's a lot easier to sell shoes. You have people coming in the store when you have something to offer them. And so ICIWorld always gives you that opportunity to work, even if you don't have something in your hand. When you're a member of the service, you have opportunity to promote product, even though it's not assigned listing. And also it's encouraged me to do a lot more referrals than I ever did before, which is great. Opens up international markets as well by doing referrals. So I feel a lot more empowered now that there's these TV shows that are getting less something that's off market. If you're working with a buyer, they want to know that you have connections off market, or otherwise they start looking by themselves. But when you mention to them some properties you found from ICIWorld, whether that's the property they buy or not, they feel a lot more confident with me after telling them that. They feel like, okay, you're searching for me MLS, you're searching for me exclusives, you have the hookups, right? So I want to thank you, Gary, for that extra confidence.
Well, I just love working with Sabrina. She just has a big heart to love to help everyone. In fact, her family, DeMarco, is very well known. They just did a big fundraiser, and maybe you could speak a little bit about that. You'll hear about it each year, and you're all invited to come.
It was a lot of work. It was a nice fundraiser. We had huge support from all levels of government, from sponsors, a lot of medium, some like banks sponsorship as well, but we also had a lot of medium-sized businesses and medium large-sized businesses. We're in Woodbridge, so there's a lot of construction and construction industry.
It was a gala affair on Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night we had almost 350 people and lots of media attention to local media. So it was really good, but people came together to support. We had 4 beneficiaries, 2 in my mom's island of Dominica, Dominica for challenged children at the Archdiocese, as well as 2 here for healthcare, the Peter Mook Cardiac Center downtown to prevent heart failure, research into that, and a larger MRI at the Kensington Health Foundation. It's wonderful when people come together, business people come and support initiatives that help the community, because we are stewards of our community.
I just wonder how busy she is, and they still manage to do all of that. I think it's fantastic what you do. There's a little bit of information on myself as well. I've been a broker for over 40 years. But I want you to think of me as a personal marketing and information assistant to you personally. So say, Gary, I'd like to hire you, $240 for the first year, and give me a hand making all this stuff work for me. That's what we enjoy doing. You'll notice we're going to invite you to come out to some of these CCIM meetings, and you can write this down. If you can find that slide on your PowerPoint demonstration, you can mark down the chapter called CCIMcanada.com. I'm going to recommend you write that down, and I'd like to invite you all to attend the meetings. CCIMcanada.com, you go there and click on events, and you'll see upcoming events. You'll see upcoming educational seminars, and I'd like to invite you out. And that's how I got started. I was doing residential homes for about 12 years. And then I started going out to some of the CCI meetings, and then I listened to the Vice President of Canadian Tire Corporation speaking to us how they maybe want to close this branch and open up a bigger one over here. But then there's a restrictive covenant. No auto shops can go in their old auto dealers in their dealership. So now you got to think, as a real estate person, what could go there? Well, maybe a Shoppers Drug Mart could go there, but nothing to do with autos. And so those are the kind of things that it makes you think of going to these meetings. A lot of good networking. In fact, our service started out of meetings at the Toronto Real Estate Board, where groups of brokers like this would stand up and say, you know, I have a buyer for this. And somebody says, oh, I've got a property that might fit your buyer. And somebody else would say, I've got this kind of property. And three hands would go and say, I think we've got a buyer for that. It was have and want networking. And the problem I saw was I was writing down feverishly what you had, and what everybody had. I couldn't write down fast enough. It was a problem. And then a couple of weeks later, somebody said that they had a property. And I says, oh, great. No, they said, no, I was talking to a lawyer that had a buyer for a certain kind of property. And I said, I was at the last meeting and somebody had it. And I tried to find it and I couldn't find it. I says, what a shame. What a shame. How many people have these opportunities, brokers in the business, and they're unable to make connections because we haven't written it down, or you know about it, but it hasn't been shared with everyone yet. And yet you could have the buyer and he could have the seller. Both of you know about them, but you're not getting together. We solved it with the service. Now you can put whatever potential opportunities you have, you can put it here and connect with other people any place in the world. And it's working out beautifully now. No reason to go with missed connections, missed opportunities. This can get your potential as a salesperson talking to people. Look for opportunities out there and get them on here. And I'm going to show you how to do that. What's exciting about to hear this today is of all the services that are on the internet, it's real estate that provides one of the highest returns on investment, because one connection can make you $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 and more. We now have people who have made over $1 million on this service. Last year at the Toronto Real Estate Board, the largest sale was $28 million. We've had members on this service do 2 deals over $50 million. So the connections are there. We've actually outsold the Toronto Real Estate Board in terms of price, not the number of sales. They've got that and always will have and should have. But in terms of price, giving you opportunities to work this kind of stuff. Now, the testimonials, I've shown you that on here. You were able to go and click on testimonials and see them all. So you know business is being done. And the reason I bring that up, it's not to toot our horn other than to say that there are being deals done here. So when you come to this meeting, you've taken 2 hours out of your special time to come here to learn about this. You know that it's worthwhile. There's people that are doing deals. One figure that you should know about, and this is a study by the National Association of Realtors, that 9% of the FSBOs in the world sold without an agent. What that means is that 91% sold with an agent. So all the FSBOs that you see in the marketplace, they're getting sold by real estate people like yourself. And I'm going to show you how you can do it. Even if you've had trouble in the past, I'm going to show you how right away you can turn that right around. ICIWorld itself has over 30,000 haves and wants. 75% of them are exclusive, not on boards. We do commercial and residential, properties coming for sale, FSBOs, assignments, and more. There's 2 databases, and I've showed you briefly each one. The FSBO database, FSBO number 2, we allow the public to post information free, but who are the only people that can contact those FSBOs? The members only. We do commercial and residential, everything in real estate. There's now a roughly a 40,000 monthly readership, and that's measured from the IP addresses that are pinging the website. It's as close as we can get as to actual readership that way. The public calls you directly on your ads. There's 20,000 subscribers receive our information on a regular basis. And then also There's over 1,500 brokers that are displaying everyone's information on their websites. Has anybody ever seen these magazines before? At the top right-hand corner, that's us. ICIWorld. That's you. The reason I say it's you is because if you have an ad on ICIWorld and somebody sees that, or they see this particular one here and says, go to the website, you can see it all. Fast real estate connections or exclusive opportunities. And they go to ICIWorld on their phone, they see that, they go on their phone, they see a listing, they call you, and you go show it. It can all happen within an hour, like that, from these ads. This is these people here tell me that it's a 300,000 people readership that are reading these ads on a regular basis. These ads here, this is all from ICIWorld. We're right on the front page. So it helps to trigger business for each and every one of you. Roughly a 300,000 readership just from that alone. So that way, I've always felt we're on the street and we're on the internet. We're doing both, not just one or the other. 18,000 pages are displaying listings, millions of hits coming in from 138 countries. And you can see how we do seminars at the Mississauga Real Estate Board and that triggering more people to join all the time. There's our booth at the Toronto, at Realtor Quest. We recommend everyone come there. It's May 29th and 30th. And it's free for members of the Toronto Real Estate Board. Your lunch is free. Why not go? And make connections with all the products and services. Every single person that has a booth at that show has a product or service to try to help you make money or to benefit somehow. We're on the front page of all these magazines. We've talked about that. On the internet. Now we're going to cover in our final segment here in the next few minutes how to work exclusive information. You can get your cameras ready. How to work exclusive information can make you lots of money. It can trigger people to call you from your opportunities that you can't get a signed listing on. But you have to follow the RICO guidelines. And this is what's important. You actually put agreements in place before showing a property or before divulging the address of the property. And when you compare it to newspaper advertising, there's no comparison. It's literally free to advertise worldwide here in a minute, such as you'll see, that was stated by this gentleman. Anybody ever heard of this gentleman? Bill Gates. Oops, I clicked on it. He wrote a book called Business at the Speed of Thought. Let me see if I can go back to where we were here. Hang on one second. Here we go. It's called Business at the Speed of Thought. If you can take a thought out of your brain and put that thought on the internet where the whole world can see it, they can call you. Before you get a listing, it's just a thought. You're getting a listing coming for sale, coming for sale, coming for sale. That's just a thought. Well, now you can take that thought and put it on the internet where people can see it. Interesting, eh? That was in 1997, I think, that book. We started in 1994. When I saw that, it just reinforced the internet for us. I knew there was something wonderful coming our way where we can literally advertise worldwide, basically almost free when you think about it. And he's done it. He's done it. I'd love to meet him someday and talk to him about how he has affected me and our industry through the services that we're providing here. And when Bill Gates was talking to Warren Buffett, he told him, he says, you know, the cost to publish your information, getting your message, your listing to the world, talking to people around the world is zero or so close to zero, it doesn't make any difference. You're reaching the whole world. Now you can do it with your thoughts. ICIWorld is the information, ILS, we call it an ILS, Information Listing Service. You can advertise listings and exclusive. And we actually have 4 webinars daily that kind of teach this as well. Let's move on here. Opportunities to build your info, FISBOs, open listings, VIP listings, properties coming for sale, all kinds of things that you can put on here. Now, this is coming up next. Has anyone ever said to you, I'd like to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but if you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a commission? Bingo! This is the service, number one service in the industry to handle the answer to this. And how you do it? Take a picture of this with your cameras. Everyone can just take a picture of that. The reason I say that is because you're going to be with a customer someday, and you're going to say, what are those 3 questions? And you know, we've had people that did not ask these 3 questions properly, and they didn't make any money. Because what they said is, will you give me a listing? Will you pay me a commission? They didn't say, if I bring you a buyer. If I bring you a buyer. What do you think the people are going to say?
Yes.
They're going to say yes. You got your first yes answer right away. Bingo. The second question is, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? We've had some brokers, they didn't make money. They were asking for a 48-hour exclusive listing. And people said, no, I don't want to give you a listing. Why? They're already negotiating with somebody to sell the property in some cases. They may or may not get together with them, but they don't want to give a listing sometimes. So when they see you coming, they want to shut the door. They don't want to have to even talk to you sometimes. But if you say, if I have a buyer, once I have a buyer, would you give me a listing to cover my showing? They understand that. Does anybody have a problem with that question? No. You get your second yes answer. Then you go to the third question. You ask them, may I advertise your property? I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. So I'm gonna, if you give me permission, I have a way to try to get a buyer for you. And I'm gonna do it without the address, without giving the address, period. I'm just gonna say Scarborough, $1.2 million home, double car garage, ground level family room, ravine lot, granite counters. That's all I'm gonna say. This is not a signed listing. This is a piece of information that can trigger a lead. Does anybody have any problems with those 3 questions? And then, this is the reason why you do it without the address. According to RICO, a registrant, which is all of us in this room, shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to identify, and that is the key word, identify the property, whether it's an address, and we're going to give you a test on this in a moment to make sure that you understand this. Specific real estate unless the owner of real estate has consented in writing. That's the bottom line. But if you don't put the address and you don't identify the property, you can network that information on ICIWorld. It's information. Now, what's going to happen is when you put it on ICIWorld and the first person calls you, what are they going to ask you? What's the address? So this is what you say. When they ask you for the address, you make a statement. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, I'll try to show it to you on Saturday. You come to my office and I'll make arrangements for you to see it. And then what do you do on the Saturday? Get an agreement from the owner to cover your showing. Isn't that wonderful? So you can have all these tools of the internet, but you have to know how to apply those tools to our real estate business. This is a way to do it. How about coming for sale? Somebody calls you on your coming for sale. Say, if you don't mind, I'd like to drive by and see it, but and then if I like it, I'll call you back. What you could say is the same thing. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. It's a RICO requirement. You have lots of legal things that you have to learn and understand to keep your broker of record from getting in trouble.
And yourself.
I think you're always concerned about legal things that they could have happen. This is just one. If you don't have it listed, you don't give the address. Simple, simple. Very important. So, but if it's okay with you, I'll put you on a list. And once I get the agreement signed, I will call you back and you can be one of the first people through the first open house that we do. How does that sound? You can have clients ready. Now, we're going to give you a test. Does that first advertisement of information, networking of information, does that give that restaurant away? Do you know which restaurant that is? Mississauga restaurant, $350,000 making money. Does it give it away? No. Now, the next question I have, there's three answers, yes, no, or I don't know. And I'm going to ask all of you here. If I said the restaurant was at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, how many people here think that it gives it away? One. How many people say two? How many people say no, it doesn't give it away? And the rest don't know. It actually, you're right, it does give it away. Can you explain why?
Because you can drive there and see the restaurant.
You can drive there and see the restaurant. What happens if there's 3 restaurants there?
You think corner of Dundas side.
Yeah, maybe there's 3 restaurants there. Still? How long does it take to go talk to the owner of 3 restaurants?
Yes.
How long? Within a half an hour, you can talk to all 3?
Yeah.
And if you talk to those restaurant owners and you find the one that you give it away and the customer went direct, the commission on that restaurant for $350,000, that's about $35,000 because they're 10%. $35,000 because you gave too much information to someone and they went direct. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Very important. Okay, I'm here to help you make money. That $35,000 that could put your kids through school, help you buy a new car, it can do all kinds of wonderful things. Knock off some mortgage, all kinds of good things. How about the next one? Toronto triplex, 750. Does that give it away?
No.
No? How many people say no? How many people say yes? What if I said it was at the corner of Ossington and Bloor next to the Pizza? It does give it away. So in other words, you have to be very careful. Now I'm going to lead you someplace. Another question to really make sure you know this. This one here, does it give it away? If I said I had a Lindsay or an Esso gas station in Lindsay, how many people say yes, it gives it away?
Yes.
How many people say no? And not sure? Okay, can you tell them why it gives it away? Anybody?
It's a small place and you on gas station.
One gas station in Lindsay, an Esso. So how would you advertise that? Well, you could say branded gas station, 90 minutes to Toronto. Got it? Good show. Okay, how about this one? Brantford $30 million shopping center. Does that give it away? How many people say yes? How many people say no?
No.
How many don't know? Don't know? It actually does. Who said yes? Okay, and why do you think?
Brantford, maybe 30 million is only one.
That's only one shopping center in Brantford, $30 million. It's that easy to find out. So you have to be like your own detective. Okay, if you think somebody can figure it out, they can figure it out real easy. If I said I had a 227 unit apartment building in Cambridge, I'm telling you now, there's people on our service that have a list of every apartment building in Ontario. They can plug in the number 227, they all come up. There's the 1 2 in Cambridge, there they are, Cambridge. So you got to be careful, even number of units, especially on stuff over $5 million. And believe me, some of you know people with a lot of wealth in this area. There's a lot of people that got a lot of money in this area. And how did 90% of the millionaires made their money? What profession? Real estate. Yeah. So all these people, they're making money, and you can be helping those people too, doing things confidentially. Okay, the real estate widgets, we've already covered that. I've shown you how you can have them on your website. We don't have to go over that again. Unless somebody wants to see it, anybody? It's okay. I'll show you just one more time. It takes only a minute, and I can even show it in less than a minute. That's how nice and fast, quick and easy it can do. What I'm going to do here on this particular page is I'm going to show you there's a Royal Lepage website. He's got these widgets here, World Commercial, Ontario Real Estate. I'm going to click on that Ontario and see what he's got here. These are from ICIWorld. And if he happens to click on shopping centers, bingo, up comes all the shopping centers on his website. There they are. And if somebody tries to click on one of these here, they can't do it. This is another website. There's another. There's Mary Coughlin. She's got a nice website. This is the one that's $16.50. Residential, there's listings that come on it. She's got Search MLS on her website as well, so people can click on that. I'd like to show that, actually. These websites are $16.50. And then she's also got these widgets, and this one here from Residential Haves and Want Ads. There they are there. You can recognize what that is. I think everyone should search the listings once a day, and you can see all the new listings that are coming in on here on a regular basis. But these websites also have listings coming on from other brokers in the industry, and they're displayed very, very nicely. And I'll show you how they're displayed, which is really kind of nice. And it should be working. There it is. Up comes the listings here. And if somebody is interested in one of these, they click on it. This website can be ready for you within 1 hour in your meeting with me. And that's what it looks like when it comes up. Your picture will be there. And look at how people can see the interior photos of these properties. I call this the ultimate in marketing on the internet. Would you agree or disagree? People can, there's your picture, that's going to be your phone numbers. They can request more information.
But that is not how it is.
These listings could be, they're mostly MLS. Other brokers have advertised their MLS listings on this particular website that I'm showing you right here. Okay, so you're going to have listings from other brokers who have agreed to allow them to be on your website. Okay.
Maybe from her brokerage also.
From, oh no, it's from any member who's a member of this website company. They're all agreeing to allow them to be on your website. Plus you have the IDX listing from Treb, which is this one here. We install all of this for you. It's a turnkey operation, and the whole thing is free for you for 1 month. If you want to keep it, it's $19 per month hosting, or you can pay $199 for the whole year. That works out to $16.50 per month. You'll also have all these commercial listings too as well. So if somebody wants a business, they can click on business, and bingo, look at all the different kinds of businesses that come up here. Isn't that wonderful? Daycare centers, just everything. And then, you know, if somebody is interested in a restaurant, they can click on restaurants, and bingo, up comes all the restaurants. So you're going to be connected and plugged into all of this, and being able, your customers can see this, and if they're interested, they're going to take that message number down, give you a call, you make arrangements to do a referral or some direct business. Here's a sample.
I have a suggestion here, like that number when you go and
Yeah, we show you how to look up those numbers.
No, like that same time, like if those agents info on the right side, you could provide helpful, right?
It's helpful for them to see it, you mean?
No, like if you can you go back once?
Yep.
Go down.
Yep.
Yeah, so like this page, right?
Yes.
So like whoever the website is there, if you could show that picture and the info there, you
Yeah.
can see the number and they can call them. Like,
Actually, that's right, and that can definitely be arranged. Sometimes people do it at the top, at the bottom. They do it in, yeah. Doris had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doris has got it on her side. But there, all these websites are different. There's like 1,000 different designs. And then you're going to be able to do things on your website that you like. But do you like the way the pictures are changing here?
Okay.
Isn't that lovely?
Yep.
So you're going to be the one that picks out these kind of pictures.
Okay.
And that's going to be tailored for your website. Okay, and there's a special way to do that. But let's see if I can show Doris's website right here. Yeah, if somebody is interested, and let's go to the, in her menu to the exclusives. And if I was to do World Residential, the same thing here. And
Oh,
We have questions on the side.
you see how it's on the side on her website? Let's go here and let's go GTA, bingo, and maybe sort them by price. These widgets, if people like this one in Richmond Hill, they can actually copy that number there, right? And they can say that I'm interested, and they put their name and phone number here and send this information to you.
Oh, her name is at the top.
And her name is right there. Like, that's what you're talking about, having the form handy. Yeah. We're going to do something more in the future. We're going to make it so that people just have to click on that number, and it actually fills in the form requesting more information. But we're cutting edge technology. It's taken many years just to get to this level, and we're always trying to get more. And we started from the ground up, one broker at a time. We didn't start at the top with $20 million investment. We started at the bottom up, developing the service to make sure that it works for brokers one-on-one. And that's what we're doing. Just to go through, just to see all the different kinds of brokers' websites, there's another one. These pictures, Olga picked out. She's a Royal Lepage member here as well. Royal Lepage Real Estate Services in Mississauga. But isn't that lovely, the way she picked out nice pictures? And I like you to put all of the organizations that you belong to. Put them all out there. Let people know what you belong to. Other countries, sometimes they don't have organizations like this, you know? And because there's another example. In this case, they have one residential button here, and they have another commercial button over here. These are all from ICIWorld. People can search World Commercial.
This is an agent locator website.
Is it? Okay, let's go down to the bottom. Yes, it is. Oh, let me go back to the home page and see who it is.
Yazid Khan.
Okay.
It's at the bottom. All the way to the bottom, it says the copyright is Yazid Khan. Royal Lepage Vision.
Okay. Now here's what's kind of nice here as well. When you go to commercial and you see Ontario, mostly commercial, let's click on that for a second. Oh, no, sorry. I wanted to go to a different one. I want to go to the residential, go to residential, including exclusives, and watch this. This is really neat. Oh, he hasn't got the new button. We have a new button for World Residential. Hang on, I got to show it to you. Here's another one. Does he have World Residential? World Commercial? Oh, okay. So see these, it's changing so rapidly. We have a new World Residential button, exclusive commercial and residential. Residential haves and wants. Let me click on that one. And there it is. Let's say somebody wants a property in Florida. You can choose USA, and you could choose Southeast, and people can choose Florida, and bingo, on your website, look at the Florida listings coming up on your website. Isn't that wonderful? Now, if somebody clicks on one of these in Miami and they are interested in this luxury condo, you're going to get the call. And you're going to get a hold of that broker in Florida. It's one little phone call and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? Isn't that wonderful?
But how am I going to remember who's that broker is? Because when you click, it won't let you.
Oh, how do you know? Well, because you're a member, I'm your assistant. If you don't know something, who can you ask? That's right.
Make an appointment.
Make an appointment. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to copy that number. Okay?
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you might open up another tab and go to the main website, which I show you how to do. And then we go down the page, and what does that say right there?
Search database by message.
right? And then we're going to put the message number in there, do a search, click on that number, and it's Century 21 in Niceville, Florida. You call them and do a 25% referral fee, and you make money in US dollars. Okay, let's move on.
Can I collect the business cards of anyone who I haven't yet received from?
Yep, you can go through and do that. We're going to be finished in 2 minutes now. And what I'd like everyone to do is there's some sample of other websites that I want you to see. Exclusive real estate, you see that? Another one, that's Royal Lepage as well, here someplace. My next house. And then we have another one here, Find Your Dream Home, Rajani Homes.
She works over with us.
There it is.
She's from our company.
Now, in your forms, there's a form here that says evaluation. Can you see evaluation?
Yeah.
Do you mind taking 1 minute to fill in the evaluation form? You should have an evaluation form on in your pile of information there. And in consideration of me coming to this meeting for you and traveling here, if you look here, you managed to find it, okay, good show. It's called evaluation. Maybe you can make sure they've got them back there, evaluation forms. They're having trouble finding.
It's a one sheet of paper.
If you don't mind taking 1 moment just to fill that evaluation form in, we really appreciate that. And the people that are online, I don't have the evaluation coming to you after the seminar, but it would be good. I've got to make the form come up for you. Evaluation form. I do have a poll. I think in the future I'll try to do it online. But it'd be nice if you're able to send us an email. If you want, you can send it to Gary@ICIWorld.com for people that will be listening to this in the future, because sometimes people won't see this video right away, but you can see the video online. And if you get this far, it's wonderful. And if you do get this far, I'm going to offer everyone, there's a special $100 that you can get credit for advertising and Google AdWords to promote your website. And how you can get that $100 is you go to one of our videos that you can see if you go to ICIWorld.com, which I'm going to show you now, and you click on this special button called Seminar right here, and you'll notice that there's 4 videos daily which are similar to what you've learned here today. You listen to these 4 videos, and one of them is how to promote your website, and there's a special way to get $100. You actually make money listening to the video, and it'll give you money towards advertising your website. There's a special way to get that. All these videos are of importance to every broker worldwide, no matter what country, what continent you are in the world. It can actually help you do business. Okay, let's just finish this off. And I'm going to go down the page here because we're actually closer down here. How to promote your website is one of the recorded webinars that we have. You'll be able to see that later. But this is something important for everyone to know, that as a member of ICI World, you should not go longer than 90 days without either doing business or doing a deal, or give us a call. We have found some people have been asking the wrong questions. Some people, their listings were done wrong. Some people didn't have any listings because they didn't know the 3 questions. Some people had things in the wrong categories. And I find that when we fix it, some people didn't have the widgets on their website. They thought they did, and they didn't. So there's many issues, and we get a chance to help fix anything, and we can usually identify issues within 2 to 5 minutes. It can be that fast. The survey you're now filling in, I want to thank you for filling that in.